This episode of the Deron Harris Podcast is being brought to you by BetterHelp.com. Hey, how you doing? I'm Deron Harris from the Deron Harris Podcast, and I want to talk to you for a moment about something that is extremely important to me and should be to you as well, and that is your mental health. As someone who suffers from MDD or major depressive disorder and extreme anxiety, and also someone who has a therapist and attends therapy weekly, and someone who takes medication, I know that dealing with the challenges of everyday life can seem insurmountable at times. These conditions can be managed, but for a lot of us, they never quite go away. Many of us carry around a huge amount of stress and the feelings of guilt, worry, anger, sadness, insecurity, inadequacy, and even fear, just to name a few. For some of us, these feelings are so extreme that sometimes we just want to give up on ourselves, if not life completely. Some of us are crying out, begging for people to listen. They mean well, but it always seems like they can't quite see or hear us. Fortunately, there's BetterHelp. No, really, BetterHelp.com is a website dedicated to helping people find and benefit from therapy. I know that some people believe that therapy isn't an option for many reasons, but that's the good thing about BetterHelp. They make it extremely easy to get the care that you need. I started the process, sign up was easy, the app was extremely user-friendly, there's a ton of options to choose from. I could keep going, but like I said, there are too many options to name. But the best part is, I can go at my own pace. It didn't take long before I matched with a therapist. Now all I have to do is schedule our first session. So don't put it off any longer. Go out and get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Deron today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Deron. Trust me, you'll be glad that you did. And now let's start the program.
The Podcast Playground.
Hooray! This is the Deron Harris Podcast. Here's your host, Deron Harris.
Yo, what up, folks? Welcome back to the show. Today I'm talking about H.R. 6090. Now, if you don't know what H.R. 6090 is, that is the bill that just passed Congress, and it's a bipartisan bill. And basically what it is the anti-Semitism bill. And a lot of people are extremely happy about it, but there are a lot of people that are concerned that free speech as we know it may be going away. That's a pretty legitimate concern, if you ask me, because here in our country, we've always been able to express ourselves no matter what. But it's getting to the point now where you can't really express yourself as freely as you would like, as we have been seeing across the country. We have a lot of different college campuses with a lot of turmoil going on, and there's a lot of fingers being pointed. Lots of fingers being pointed. And I hate to say it, but a lot of fingers are being pointed at Jewish people. At Jewish people. And I think in certain cases, it's merited. And I'm just being truthful. Now, I think, on the other side, at these college campuses, I think that both sides have contributed to the unrest. I think both sides are guilty of violence. I think both sides are guilty of not being willing to compromise. And this goes, for not just the colleges, but worldwide. Nobody really wants to sit down and try and figure out a peaceful resolution to this. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, you have this piece of land where you have some people that were on it, some people that were promised it. And I don't understand how it got so fucked up. I really don't. I kind of do, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to go there today. But it's kind of fucked up. It really is kind of fucked up. I mean, I'm not Jewish and I'm not Palestinian. I'm a black dude. And black people have, we got some issues in this country too. Like some serious discrimination issues, a large anti-black sentiment. And it's getting more prevalent in the southern states with the passing of several laws removing black history from several school curriculums in a few states. And it's just getting to the point where I think black people in this country are starting to feel a little slighted. And if you ask me, rightfully so. Now, I know people are listening to this are going to say, oh, man, get off it, man. And to those people, like I say, fuck you, because it's the truth, okay? And like I always say, sometimes the truth hurts the worst, all right? So if you want the truth, here it is. We've been waiting for the George Floyd bill for I don't know how long. And it's still floating around in there somewhere. There's all kinds of legislation that is concerning to black America. There's all kinds of legislation that is concerning to Latin America. There's all kinds of legislation that is concerning to all different ethnic groups. But because of this conflict, this bill has been fast-tracked to the front of the line. But like I said, meanwhile, black people are still waiting for the same courtesy to be extended to us. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for the same courtesies to be extended for us. But we're always told, like we've always been told, to wait. Just wait. And we keep falling for this shit. We keep waiting. We keep waiting. And they keep putting it on the back burner, and they keep sweeping it under the rug, and we keep forgetting. And all these things get done for so many other people, but they never get done for us. Now, I'm not here today to talk about the plight of black people in America, because I talk enough about that, and trust me, I will be talking about that here again soon. But today, I kind of want to go over some of the stuff that is. I'm trying to unpack some of the stuff that's been happening. Now, I watch the news, and I don't just watch one outlet. And I'll tell you what, folks, I watch news from not America. I watch non-American news, and I'll tell you why. Because non-American news is going to tell you the truth about America, and that's the bottom line. If you want the truth, America, don't watch news here. Okay? Watch news from someplace else. Watch news from places that are neutral, and they'll tell you the truth about what the fuck's happening here and in other places in the world. So I watch the news, and I do watch the news here also, just to kind of get a little bit of contrast. But so I'm watching the news, and I'm seeing a lot of this stuff, man. I'm from New York, and I'm watching what's happening at Columbia University. And I'm seeing what's happening out at UCLA and some of the other college campuses here in the country. And I got to say, man, I'm disgusted. First, I'm disgusted with the schools. I'm disgusted with the schools. Now, you can say whatever you want about me. I don't give a fuck, okay? But I'm disgusted with the schools that they cannot figure out a better way to organize peaceful protests. And another thing that I'm kind of upset about is, and I'm going to just go ahead and say it, the lopsidedness. Because it's extremely lopsided. It's been extremely lopsided. Even the situation over in Gaza. I was talking to a couple of friends of mine. Well, before I even say that, the other day on my social media, on my Instagram and on my YouTube and my TikTok, I posted a short. And the short was about free speech. And how you just can't say nothing. And some of my friends, some of my friends got upset. They got upset. One of them called me a couple times, and I finally turned around and called him back. And another friend of mine, he got upset. You're not really upset, but my friends, that pair of friends, they're Jewish, and the post that I made, the only thing that I said, the only country that I mentioned was America. I didn't mention the Jewish people or the Palestinian people. But my Jewish friends, and I hate to say it, my Jewish friends jumped out immediately and was like, hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And some of them even assumed, they went as far as to assume what I was talking about. Now, I was talking about that, but I didn't say anybody's name. It could have been something else I was talking about. But they automatically assumed that I was attacking them because I said that I wanted, peace for the people in Palestine. So this is the problem that I'm having. And this is the problem I think that a lot of people are having. If you want peace for Palestine, does that mean you want death to Israel? And I got to say, it doesn't, for me anyway, it doesn't mean that at all. It just means that I want you guys to leave each other the fuck alone, is what it is. And one thing I really would like, and I'm just going to say it like this, and I'm going to call out all my Jewish friends, and I'm just going to say it, man. I really wish that they just play the victim, and it's hard to play the victim when you're bombing people that don't have anything. I mean, and that's just what it is, man. You're bombing people that don't have anything. Okay? And that's just what it is, man. I'm never gonna call anybody outside of their name, but what I will do is I will tell the truth. I've watched students at UCLA walk up to Palestinian students and outright lash out physically. These people are just protesting. And that's what happens. That's how it happens. Do you know how a peaceful protest turns into a non-peaceful protest? I'm going to tell you exactly the dynamic. Okay? And you can disagree with me if you want, but I find this to be true in almost every situation that I've examined. And I'm going to give you a situation. So, I don't like marshmallows, and I'm out here protesting marshmallows. Fuck marshmallows, man. I don't like marshmallows. We're out here protesting marshmallows. Well, these people over here, they love marshmallows. As a matter of fact, they've invented marshmallows, and that's their whole livelihood. That's their whole way of life. Marshmallows, go team marshmallow. Now, I'm out here protesting marshmallows. I haven't hurt anybody. I don't like marshmallows. I just want everybody to know that I don't like marshmallows, and you shouldn't force these marshmallows on us. I don't want these marshmallows. You shouldn't force these marshmallows. But the people who want marshmallows feel that I don't even have a right to say that. How dare you say that you don't like marshmallows and you don't want marshmallows around? How dare you say that? So what happens is, well, I'm saying I don't like marshmallows, I don't like marshmallows. The people who love marshmallows are like, oh, you fucking marshmallow haters. And they have this energy that is super hateful and super negative. And it's just the facts. Super hateful, super negative. And it gets to a point where they start to boil over. And what happens? They lash out. and they do something that they shouldn't do, which is reach out of anger, and they put their hands on somebody, and they expect people to not put their hands back on them. And that's the problem. And I'm so sick of the peaceful protest being what's the word I'm looking for? Being used as a way to conduct hate speech. And that's one of the reasons that this bill got passed. This bill is because of hate speech. But we can have a group of white supremacists march down broad daylight in any city in the United States, and nobody says anything. The police don't get involved. We had a bunch of people attack the Capitol building. See what I mean, folks? See what I mean? There's a lot of double standards here. America is just, we've fallen apart. We need to get it back together. We need to figure some shit out, because we definitely are, man. We've fallen apart. We're falling apart. We got too many irons in the fire. We got too many fucking loose ends to tie. We are not together. We are not united. It should just be called the fucking states, because we're not united. And it seems like some of the states, they want to secede anyway. They want to be gone from here anyway, which I just think is the dumbest shit in the world. We're fighting over the stupidest shit in the world, and we're leaving our livelihood in the hands of a couple of fucking guys that really don't give a shit about us to begin with. They care about their interests. They care about their interests, and that's exactly why Israel is doing what it's doing over in Gaza, because those are our allies. The Israelis are our allies, and God forbid we check our allies. God forbid we check our allies. But I will say this. I wholeheartedly think that this is a setup. I think it's a setup. And I think Joe Biden has fallen for the bait, because he's trailing Trump. And the reason why he's trailing Trump is because he ain't so tough on Israel. He's really kind of just letting them do what they want to the Palestinians. And Israel claims, oh, we have to do this. We have to do this. Well, did you have to kill 7 aid workers? Did you have to bomb 7 aid workers? No. Because you didn't have to keep bombing in the first place. I said a couple of weeks ago, 60% or 66% of the homes in Gaza have been destroyed. That's something like 300,000 homes. These people have nothing, and you're continuing to bomb them. Stop it. We get it. I'm sure everybody gets it. But it's hard to continue to play the victim. It's hard to play the victim when you're sitting up here bombing innocent people. That's what you're doing. You just, and for me, from my standpoint, what it looks like now is a land grab. That's what I'm just going to be honest with it. Now, you can say what you want. You could be mad at me if you choose to. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Because what it looks like to me is a fucking land grab. You're just pushing these people out of here because you want the land. You don't want Palestine. You don't want Palestinians. You want that entire piece of property, all of that dirt. You want that dirt to be Israel and Israel alone. And that is wrong. I'm going to say it again. It's fucking wrong. And I'll stand up in any one of my friends' faces and I will say that to them. It's wrong to kill these people. It's wrong to bomb babies. Yes, it's wrong what the Palestinians did also. It's wrong. I'm not sitting up here saying, I'm not sitting there saying that at all. I think it's fucking horrible, as a matter of fact. But it's even more horrible what the Jewish state is doing to the Palestinians. It's horrible. Netanyahu, he should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself. All this talk about anti-Semitism, all this talk about, anti-Jewish beliefs, hate speech. Did you know that 13 million people in the Congo have died? Bet you didn't know that, did you? And that's what I'm talking about. Nobody cares, okay? Yes, it's very sad what's going on over in Gaza. It is extremely sad what's going on in Gaza, and I pray and I hope that it stops soon. But there's other shit going on that's being swept under the rug, like the shit that's going on in the Congo, the shit that's going on in the Sudan. And we stand idly by and we don't say anything. We don't hear about it. 13 million people, man. It's a lot of people. And this is like ongoing. It's been going on. But it's been so many people, man. It's been so many people right there in that region. And people are like, what? What's going on? And I posted that the other day, and people are like, what's going on in the Congo? Exactly. People don't even fucking know. People don't even fucking know because it doesn't get any coverage. Because it doesn't get any coverage. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because they don't want Apple to look bad. And they don't want Google and the rest of these companies who use these children to extract cobalt. They take billions of dollars out of the ground in cobalt every year, and they give these people fucking nothing. But we're all guilty. If you got a computer sitting in front of you like I do, or a cell phone sitting in front of you like I do, we're all guilty. We're all guilty of funding it. Nobody protests. There's no protests for these people at all, let alone a peaceful protest. There's no protests for these people at all on any level. Definitely not here in this country. But the minute something happens in the Jewish state, the minute something happens, we drop everything and go to their aid. Absolutely. They're our allies. We're supposed to, but also they're our allies. And we not only are they our allies, we supply them with weapons. And if, like I said a couple weeks on another podcast, if it were me, if I were Joe Biden, I'd tell Netanyahu, you launch another bomb over there and you won't get anything else from us. Launch one more bomb at these innocent babies. Do it. Launch one more bomb at these babies. And I won't send you nothing else. We're not sending you nothing else. Not while I'm the president anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to sit down and we're going to figure it the fuck out. And then after that, as the United States, we're going to figure out how to get our shit together. Because our shit is not together, folks. And if you think it is, you're in for a fucking reality check. We need to get it together on so many fronts here. But everybody's head's in the fucking clouds. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Because I don't have any faith in the current president. And I don't have any faith in the man that's running for president. The two people, I don't have any faith in either one of those people. None whatsoever. Of any faith that they're going to keep the United States safe. Let alone black people. I have no fucking faith in them. And it's sad. It's very sad. It's very sad to sit here in this country and feel hopeless, like there's nothing that you can do. Because there's nothing that you can do. Don't go away. I'm Deron Harris. This is my podcast.
Hi, this is BJ Odom announcing Gift of Life, the Organ Transplant Podcast. Coming soon to the Podcast Playground Network, sharing the gift of life through organ transplantation, one story at a time. Join us on this inspiring journey as we talk to doctors, nurses, recipients, donor families, and more. It's been my life for over 21 years, and now it's time to share my story and others. Hope you'll join us wherever you get your favorite podcast. Gift of Life, the Organ Transplant Podcast, coming soon.
Hey, y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the show. Talking about HR 6090, the Anti-Semitism Act, and what it means for the rest of us. So, the 118th Congress set up this bill, and this is this is kind of the definition of it. An act to provide the consideration of the definition of anti-Semitism set forth by the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance for the enforcement of federal anti-Semitism laws concerning education programs or activities for other purposes. Okay? So, I mean, it's really wild. As I'm sitting here looking at this act may be cited as the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act of 2023. That's what it is. And I mean, it's wild because it says Congress finds the following. Number one, anti-Semitism is on the rise in the United States and is impacting Jewish students in K through 12 schools, colleges, and universities. Anti-Semitism is on the rise, and now it's a problem. It's a big problem. Anti-blackness has been here since the beginning of this country, and it's never been a problem. You know, so I'm on the fence as to how to feel, and I'm just being honest, not Amish. I'm just being honest. I'm on the fence as to how to feel because, you know, all of a sudden that this is happening. I mean, you can walk down the street and say whatever you want to black people, about black people, to black people. Oh, it's just bullshit, you know. Oh, you're overreacting, you know. But oh my God, you say something about a Jewish person and the entire world stops. Don't believe me? Try it. And if you want to try and hang me out for saying this, no, man. Nice try. But I call it like I fucking see it. I really do. I really do. I have a friend, I'm not going to say his name. He's a Palestinian Jew. And I look at this guy's social media and my heart breaks every single time I see this guy's social media. He's got family members fighting with each other. You know, and it's horrible to watch. It's horrible to watch. And it's just, everybody's so damn stubborn. Nobody wants to sit down and compromise. Nobody wants to sit down and say, hey, listen, I could be wrong. We could be wrong. And that's why there's so much hate. Because there's no humility. There's nobody sitting saying, hey, maybe we fucked that up. Maybe we pushed the line a little bit too far. I mean, that's both sides too. You know, but it's going to take a lot to get there. It's going to take a lot to get to that. And I hope that it doesn't involve the rest of us. I hope that this conflict doesn't involve the rest of us. And if you think this conflict doesn't involve you personally and directly, you're wrong. You're wrong. This conflict involves everybody on the face of the earth. It really does. Like I said, I think they're trying to bait Joe Biden. I think they're trying to bait him. You know, I think Iran was trying to bait him, you know, when they had attacked Israel. I think Iran was trying to bait us into conflict when they attacked Israel. because they thought that we're not going to stand for that. But what did Joe? I mean, he actually did what I would have done, which is like, hey man, you on your own, bro. You know, if this is what you're going to do, you're on your own. But at the end of the day, the weapons they have, they still say the United States of America right on the side of them. And as these bombs fall on these small villages and they destroy things in these villages, I mean, what would you think if you were these little kids watching these munitions from this country essentially destroy your home and kill your friends and family? What would you do? How would you feel? What would you say? How would you react? I'm sure a lot of them would react the same way. Take another break, and I'll be back. I'm going to go get a drink. This is Deron Harris Podcast. I'll be right back. Hey, folks, what's up? Welcome back to the show. So, check this out. The White House released the first ever United States national strategy to counter anti-Semitism on May 25th, 2023, making it clear that the fight against this hate is a national bipartisan priority that must be successfully conducted through the whole of the government and society approach. That pisses me off because it is a priority that this happens. This is a priority in the United States that this happens. What about the priority for the people here? What about the priority for the black people? What about priority for Latin people? What about the priority for all people? We're picking favorites, folks. That's what the fuck we're doing all of a sudden. We're picking favorites and we're shutting down anybody who does not identify or agree with our ideology. And that is not what America is about. Or maybe it is now. Because it used to be about freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom in general. But all of our freedoms, one by one, slowly but surely, and systematically as fuck, being taken away from us. With smiles on their faces and American flag lapels on pins on their lapels. These people stand up and they fucking lie through their fucking teeth at us. Some of them are just telling the truth, blatantly telling the truth as to what they want. You know, and this is, I mean, like I said, it makes me angry. It makes me angry. Now, I'm not angry with Jewish people, okay? So let's just put that out there first. I am not angry with Jewish people, not at all. I'm angry with our government. I'm angry with our government and the handling of its citizens. I'm angry with our government and the double standards that it puts out there for, I mean, to so many different parts of our society. So many people get to benefit from certain things that we don't get to benefit from. People get mad because immigrants come over here and they take up. No, they want us to be mad at the immigrants. It's not the immigrants' fault, everybody. It's the fucking government. Okay? It's the government. We need to start understanding this. We need to start internalizing this, that it is the government that is doing this to all of us. Now, I speak out against the government because I speak out against bullshit, okay? I'm going to speak out against that bullshit every time. Every time some shit don't seem right, I'm going to say that shit. And that's why sometimes I might have some issues. Maybe I might have some low listenership sometimes, but I don't give a fuck, man, because some of this shit really needs to be said, man. Some of this shit needs to be said, and it needs to be said to people's face. It needs to be said to people's face. A lot of shit needs to be questioned. A lot of shit on that level needs to be questioned. And not for nothing, motherfuckers need to stop settling for the roundabout answer and start demanding these straightforward answers. I mean, I'm dying to ask motherfuckers, how come this works for Jewish people but not for black folks? I want to ask, where the fuck did that break down at? You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck did that break down at? So all these permissions and all of these protections are put in place for these people, but we're still getting drugged down the fucking street? Shot in broad fucking daylight by the fucking police? And now one of the dudes running for office, the dude running, not the dude in office, the dude that wants to be in office, he wants to make it so you can't prosecute the police when they fuck up. We're going to give our police the power back. Man, shut the fuck up. And that's what I'm talking about, folks. That's what I'm talking about. They don't give a fuck about us. We need to start waking up and putting that shit together. Either it's one of two things, folks. It's one of two things, folks. And I'm going to speak very candidly, and I'm speaking to black people. No. I'm speaking to black and brown people, and I'm also speaking to people who don't share the same ideology. We need to we're at a crossroads here. We need to figure it out. We need to figure out, are we going to continue to support this bullshit, or are we going to pull the fuck up out of here? You know what I'm saying? Because right now, it's looking real dire here. It's looking real pull-up-ish. It's looking like other places are starting to look real good. Because the one thing about America wants you to love it. America wants you to love it so much. You love America, but it don't love you back. It does not love you back. Certain ones of us. Doesn't matter how hard we work or how much ass we lick or how much we try to fit in. It's not for us. These laws are not for us. They're not put in place to help us. They're not put in place to protect us. There are no protections for us. They'll make protections for the people that they feel are valuable. And that's exactly what happened. These protections were made for people that they feel are valuable. And basically, that devalues the rest of us. Yeah, I'm pissed. So, I mean, I think it's a good thing. You know, because everybody, Islamophobia needs to go away, anti-blackness needs to go away, anti-Semitism, all that shit needs to go away. But it all needs to go away together. It needs to go away together. This act right here, this HR 6090 act, it needs to include, the language needs to include not just anti-Semitism, but all of it. Anti-Islam, Islamophobia, anti-blackness, anti-Semitism, Asian hate, everything. All this stuff needs to be included in this bill, not just anti-Semitism. Because now you're picking favorites. And that's bullshit. I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Deron Harris Podcast, folks. Can't wait to get the hate back on this one. But you know what, though? I'm fucking ready for it. I'm fucking ready for it because I don't give a shit, man. I really don't care. People are going to come to me, oh, that's so insensitive. You know what? Motherfuckers been insensitive to black people forever, so save me the fucking song and dance. Save it. Save it. You know what I'm saying? You want motherfuckers to feel sorry for you, but we too busy fighting the shit that we got going on too. So pardon us while we don't drop our shit to jump on your bandwagon. Sorry. Not sorry. I want to thank my parents for being the best parents in the world. I really do. I want to thank my wife for being the best wife in the world. I just heard her get up a few minutes ago, and I'm going to go in there and start harassing her here in a few minutes. I want to thank my producer and best friend, Jesse Yandel, for giving me the balls to do this. I want to thank Gentry Thomas for giving me the platform to do this. And I'd like to thank all of my listeners for listening to me every single week. I got 100, and this is episode 108, y'all. My third season, and I really do. I want to say thank you very much for sticking with me, for those of you who have stuck with me. And I want to say thank you very much to all those people who have gone on and tried other podcasts. And I still thank you all very much, because you guys are the reason that I've done this for so long, that I've been doing this for so long. And I'm going to continue to do it, and I'm going to try and continue to give you some good content, some stuff to talk about, some stuff to chop up, some stuff to get angry about, and also some stuff to get happy about. So again, thank you very much for joining me this week on this week's episode of the Deron Harris Podcast. I'll be back next week. I don't know what I'll be talking about. I never know what I'm going to be talking about next week. I never know what I'm going to be talking about. And I always say that too. Next week I'll be talking about, I always say that, but I never know. So maybe one day I'll start knowing what I'm talking about next week. But until then, you guys have a good week, and I'll see you next one. All right? Peace.
You've been listening to the Deron Harris Podcast. Subscribe to the show, give a good rating, and everything you need to know is at DeronHarris.com.